So guys, these are the lures that I found on the river. Some of them are spoons like this one, and most of them are spinners and spoon. We're gonna polish it and repaint it so that we can reuse it and put a new body and new hooks. I remove all the hooks because they are rusty and unusable. So this is our project this winter. So I'm gonna polish it and then make it a beautiful lure again so that in the next season we can use them. So we're not gonna buy any lures next season. So let's do it.
And now guys, I already polish it and remove the paint from it and clean it a little bit so that we can begin the process of renewing it. There's a lot of lures in the river that are reusable. I'm just gonna remove all the body and the old split rings from these old lures that we found in the river. By removing the wire, I'm just gonna cut it with the side cutter and then separate the beads and the old body from the blade so that we can repaint the blade and make it beautiful and usable again. And also the bodies, we need to add some so that it will become a little bit heavier, and some of the bodies are rusted and we need to replace it. So we just need to separate it, and we will collect the blades in it and the spoon also for repainting. So we're gonna do all it and every piece of it and activate the flash mode. As you can see, I'm just removing the blades and separating the body from the old lures. See that? There are branded, it's maps. And this one is Toronto Wobbler, expensive one. And this one is Williams, a little bit expensive too. And I got a lot of maps made in France. This one just a very small one. This one is the number one maps, pretty small. Aglia, made in France too. Got a lot of that in the Bast Duffer or whatever. I got a lot of maps. The maps are common in here, but the maps are expensive. The Canada, made in Canada. So that's it. We need to clean it by soaking it into the paint thinner so that the oil and the rust and the dirt will be removed from these blades so that we can paint it and the paint will stick to it very nicely. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of thinner that I put in the mineral water and gonna shake it a little bit more. If I'm seeing that the thinner is not clear and there's a lot of dirt from it, and now I'm using a gloves so that I can hold it. I don't wanna get my skin onto the thinner because it's a little bit harsh on my skin. I'm just gonna dry it one by one by using a paper towel so that it will be very dry for painting. See, there's a lot of dirt in the thinner and the thinner is not that clear, it's dirty. I'm just gonna dry it with a paper towel one by one. There's a lot of lures that I found in the river that are usable. I just need to remake it or make it a little bit brand new. Now it's dried up, and then we proceed to painting. First, I'm gonna paint it with gold color Krylon. It's automotive paint, spray paint, so that it will stick to the metal. I'm just gonna put first coating in it, and then I'm trying to put a coat in it so that it will be beautiful and a little bit thicker. Just repeat the process after 15 minutes from the first coat to the second coat and the third coat, and then flip it up and then paint the other side. Now it's done. I'm painting it with the gold color. I want it gold. Sometimes I use silver too, that are shiny because the fish are attracted to that. And then on one side, on the outer part of the blades, I'm gonna paint it with a color that I want, but only on the ones on one side only, not on the both side. First, I'm gonna use the orange, color orange. I don't know what is the reason why the fish like orange color and the chartreuse color, but most of the spinner that I use that are color orange and chartreuse are the one who catch a lot of fish. In my experience in fishing using spinners, I'm just gonna make it a little bit faster because the process are too long. I'm just gonna paint it with a single color orange. That is my base color aside from the gold one. And then I put on the side a little bit of chartreuse, and now I'm just randomly putting a dot or blob color in it, and just a random color that I pick it up from my paint collection. I don't care what colors that I'm using. First I'm using red and now it's purple. I'm just putting it randomly. Don't need a pattern for it, but sometimes I use the stencil to make it uniform. But now I'm lazy to make a stencil. That's why I'm just using a brush to put a color in it. I'm just gonna put it like that. No big deal. Just put it like whenever you want and how much you want it to be. Just like that. Now, these are the result that I made. Kind of ugly, but I think it's better like that way. And now I'm gonna put a protection in it. I'm going to put a clear coat using Krylon Color Max. I use it for my vehicle, and I'm gonna use it for my lures. It protects the color from dissolving on the water because the color that I use are water based. Now when I put a clear coat with it, it will be protected and it's hard to remove it, even the fish bite from it. Just put a little bit more. make it a little bit shiny, and the color will be shiny. Now it's good. I'm just checking it if there is a spot that I didn't put liquid in it. Now it's pretty. I'm satisfied with it. And after it dried, it looked like this. And now we're going to make it a new one. That's my tools: side cutter, needle plier, and the body, some body of the lures, a bender, and I'm using a stainless steel snare wire. This is a 0.03125 diameter, like this. This is a stainless steel snare wire used for snaring rabbit in Canada. And this is my eye bender, just a pin with a stopper in it, so that I can make a eye for the hook and the line tie. Now we're just gonna cut the wire in approximately 4.5 inches. I'm giving a little bit allowance. It's not the final length. If you finish the product, it will be sometimes 1 inch, 1.5 inch only. Now I'm gonna using this bender. It's a simple tools that I'm using for bending my wire. Just gonna wrap it on the pin to make a perfect circle eye for our hook, and then bend it a little more. Now, as you can see, I got an eye in it, and I'm gonna put a treble hook on that eye. When I'm remaking the spinner, I'm not going to use a split rings with it. I'm directly putting it on the wire so that it will be stronger, rather than putting a extension using a split rings. See that? It's pretty simple. Make an eye and then just put it inside, and then bend the wire like so. Press it a little bit, and then as you can see, the treble hook is in. Just cut the excess wire. Now it's dingling, and now we're gonna use an old body. We call it body, or the weight. Just randomly pick your size and then put it on the wire like that. And then also use spacer beads. I'm putting a 2 piece of it so that the clevis and the blade will rotate freely and not touching the treble hook. That's the clevis. And then put your newly painted blade. That's it. See that? Now it check if it is spinning freely and not touching the hook. Now it's spinning good, I think. And then put spacer beads or a color beads like that. See, now it's good. And now we're just gonna bend the other end using our bender. Simple tools. Just gonna bend it like that. And then bend a little more to position the end of the wire. Now it looks like that one. Just gonna grab it with the needle pliers and then twist the wire around to lock it in place. Now as you can see, it's almost done. I'm just gonna snip the excess wire from it. And then I'm just gonna press the excess wire that I cut. Just press it to avoid tangling from your line and to avoid cutting your line too. Now it's finished. See, we got a new spinner out from the river pines. Now it's spinning good. You save money a lot of it because some maps, especially the number 1 and the number 3 maps, are expensive in here. It costs you from $5 to $12 each. Now we're just gonna do it in all of the blades that we have. Excuse me. And we're gonna cut all the wires. 4.5 inches is my prepared length for making a spinner, but it will depend on you. Let's make it a little faster. Just making it in your prepared bodies and weight, because you need to balance it, because small blades need a small body too. And now these are the lures that we finish. See, from scrap to usable lures. Now we got a plenty of spinners for the next season. You can catch a lot of walleye and pike. Now I'm just gonna test it on my bathtub because I'm not able to go outside. It's night time. I'm just gonna check if it's spinning or not. In my observation here, the spins of the blades are pretty nice. It will depend on your blades. If it is thin but long, it will spin very fast, but when it's short and huge, it will spin a little bit. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.